Inquisitor Torquemada Coteaz. Look at this absolute unit. He's got an hourglass, the eye for the Inquisition symbol. He's got this awesome two-headed eagle on his hand. Just amazing figure in metal. And then they redid him in plastic. And I'm going to show you how he comes together today. This is the eagle miniature. So you get two miniatures in here rather than just sitting on his arm. The eagle comes on its own base with a little bit of imperial masonry crumbling down, and it's attached to the wing there. That's the join point. It doesn't feel as ridiculous having built it up than it looks. I mean, it looks pretty ridiculous on the box cover. Flying two-headed eagle attached to a piece of masonry. And there's the Inquisitor himself. Instead of being in a static pose, he's in like a walking pose. His right arm just casually hanging behind him, and he's holding his hammer in a very loose way, head down, and I don't know, he just looks not as intimidating or serious. I think part of it is his leg armor looks a lot bigger than his upper body armor. He looks a little unbalanced. It looks like he's wearing a big diaper until you put the inquisitorial eye on his belt buckle. I don't know. We'll see how it comes together, but let me know what you think. And I just want to remind everybody that my channel memberships are live. So if you join and become a channel member, you can get all new original emotes and badges to put by your name and to give you priority in the comments for me to reply to. Got some fun emotes and building out more as we go. So if you enjoy my content, you want to support what I do, and you want to be an active part in the little community I'm trying to build here, I'm also developing a bunch of digital downloads, which I'm going to be offering for free to channel members, and for a little bit of a price tag. They're hobby trackers, calendars, all sorts of things to help you out with your hobby, and as a way of me saying thank you for following my content. So I hope you consider joining, becoming a channel member, and helping me grow my community here on YouTube. Let's get back to the video. So a member of the Imperial Agents Army, here's Inquisitor Coteaz. Yeah, you can see they gave him some hair. It looks like they aged him younger than his previous iteration. And you get your instructions. You get one sprue, and you get two 40mm bases. Very simple, no wasted space like many of the current special characters in these boxes. They really wanted to just give you the bare minimum of what you need, and then pack everything as tightly as they could onto a single sprue. And considering the detail in like the basing, masonry, and all of the feathers for the eagle, I think they did a really good job of the design and just having everything put together. So in terms of assembling the miniature, the only difficulty I really had was with the legs. I think I might have gotten the numbers mixed up. I had the wrong front of each leg on like the wrong leg, and it wasn't until I just couldn't make it work, pressing it into place, holding it into place, even with the glue here, that I had to switch them around. And once I did, I realized that they were on the wrong leg. That's probably my fault. Very simple mold lines. These are big, fat armor plates. The mold lines are right in the center, so very easy to clean. Now, whenever you're cleaning mold lines, use the back of your hobby knife. Don't use the blade, because if you use the blade, you could gouge out like an important piece of the miniature. Whereas if you're using the back of your hobby knife, you can pretty much scrape to your heart's content, and it won't actually gouge out any plastic. You're just going to be getting rid of and shaving down that mold line so that it's nice and flush. Now, putting together the model, Games Workshop has been doing this thing where it designs the hands and the elbows and the arms to be joined together in such a way that you have to get the correct angle. And once it does, it kind of falls into place pretty simply. And it's just, if you're trying to press it into place and it's not the correct way it's supposed to go, you're going to have a hard time finding that angle. So just dry fit before you actually glue is my suggestion, unless you want to just go in like a commando orc and just glue the pieces, put some glue on the pieces, and then figure out the angle they're supposed to be at. And I'm doing this all in one go just to show you that you can do it in a session. As long as you've got some good plastic cement that will melt the plastic pieces together and rebond them fairly solidly. I am a huge fan of the Blue Label Tester's non-toxic plastic cement. When working with any kind of plastic miniature, it melts the plastic and bonds it back together. Very strong, very good, and best of all, it doesn't have the strong odor that the Red Label Tester's plastic cement has. That is really disruptive if I'm using it. My wife can smell it from across the house, so finding this was a huge win, and I'm really glad I found it. So I'm gonna link it in the video. And if you are interested in getting a good, strong plastic cement that is able to get the job done and won't be a hassle to work with, then I hope you consider picking one up. The right hand is very simple. It's just the right arm, and then you have to glue on the gauntlet with the hand, and then the pistol in the holster that goes on the hip. There's a little bit of a nub and a hollow, so that will slot right in. Very simple. And the cape comes in like 3 pieces. So there's the part of the back, and then the part that comes around over his left shoulder with a bunch of purity seals on it, and then the smaller part of the cape that just drapes over his right arm. It's very similar to what I remember Radikar was like putting together from the Cursed City. They're trying to do this fur-trimmed coat and get it to be big and bulky, but also to not have a very visible gap. And in the Radikar model, I don't think they quite refined it enough yet. It looks pretty good here. This is as close to perfect as I think they've gotten their fur trim on their coat design. And whether you're a new or veteran hobbyist, I recommend you always update and keep some high tension, good quality model clippers. They're a tool that we don't really think too much about using. You just might consider grabbing any old pair of clippers from like a craft store or arts and supply store, but your modeling clippers is really actually very important. If your grip isn't strong, I bought some cheap modeling clippers from a hobby store, like a jewelry do-it-yourself kind of arts and crafts store, and it really hurt my hand to use after a little while, clipping out the pieces from a sprue to make like a squad of skeletons. It was just really hard on my wrist, and it just was not fun. Army Painter makes this great pair of clippers. I think Games Workshop's clippers are also pretty good. And yeah, you just want to always make sure you have a good quality of clippers. It's like the first tool you have to use when making a new model. And then of course get a good quality hobby knife with extra X-Acto blades so that you can switch them out when the one you're using gets dull. And then good plastic cement, or if you're working with resin or metal, a good super glue with a super glue activator. All essential parts of the hobby that sometimes we take for granted. So just a little reminder, make sure you've got the right tools for the right job. Now here, I'm really trying to fiddle with the front of these legs. They don't seem to be matching. There's this weird, awkward gap between the front and the back of each leg. And I think I do figure it out at some point. Maybe I got the numbers wrong and put them in the wrong spot. And I switch them out and they fit pretty perfectly. So if I had dry fitted the legs, then I would have saved myself this trouble. But I just kind of wanted to really knock it out. So I didn't do that. Just a little tip, hope you can learn from my mistake. And then getting him on his scenic base, it feels so good to build a model, get it all built up and see what it looks like with all the mold lines cleaned off. And now I'm gonna go on to the eagle. And getting the eagle together was a little tricky because you've got the left side and the right side, and then your wings are actually gonna go on top of the two-headed eagle body. So you got to put the left and the right side together first. And then once that's glued in place, you've got two little, I didn't see this again before I dry fitted it, but you've got two little knobs and two little holes that the knobs slot into, so you can see which is the left and which is the right side. Then you just put the wings over and press the bottom of the wing to the holes in the structure where it goes. It really makes sense once you have it in your hand and you're putting it together. And there you have it. I'm gonna cut to the end where we have both models all built up and ready to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button. Leave me a comment before you go. What do you think of this new version of Coteaz? Do you prefer this or the original in metal? And thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video if you want to see more content.